More than a dozen schools in a Virginia county now under investigation for failing to notify students about their prestigious National Merit Scholarship Awards. Virginia's Attorney General Jason Miyares says his office wants to know if the delays happen as part of the county's equity push, as well as if one of the admission policies discriminates against Asian American students. Let's bring in Virginia Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin to talk more about this. Governor, you have made education a centerpiece of your campaign and your administration. This started all off with Thomas Jefferson High School, the most prestigious public high school in the nation, consistently ranked #1, saying, oops, human error caused us to forget to notify all these students that they'd won national merit scholarships. Now it's expanded to 13 high schools. One might be human error. 13 suggests something else.
John, first of all, thank you for having me. And in fact, what started years ago in Loudoun County is ground zero for standing up for parents' rights and recognizing that the systematic driving of equity at all cost was damaging students is clearly in Fairfax County now as well. And John, I would expand your comments. We now are led to believe that there are 3 counties, our 3 largest counties in Virginia, with 16 schools that failed to notify students of national merit recognition. And I'm taking action. So first of all, our Attorney General, as you said, Jason Miyares, is undertaking a full investigation to get to the bottom of why this happened. And meanwhile, I'm sending legislation to our General Assembly today to make it mandatory that schools notify parents and students of awards, recognitions, and scholarship opportunities as soon as they know. This is not going to happen again. There's clearly has been an effort to bring down the standards for our students in Virginia, to stop celebrating excellence. And this is counter to everything we believe. I mean, this nation was built on the idea of building a better future, of striving and achieving. And here we have what appears to be three large school districts in Virginia who have been systematically withholding information about excellence. This is so counter to everything that we believe. We're going to get to the bottom of it through our Attorney General, and we're going to get legislation passed that makes it illegal to do this again.
For anybody who's just tuning in who thinks that this is just now happening or this information was withheld from students or parents, Governor, for days or weeks or months, that's just not the case. In fact, the woman who broke this story, she's a journalist, but she's also a mother with a child at Thomas and Jefferson School, Jefferson High School. She's a mother in Fairfax County. She broke this story December 21st. She said she didn't learn that her son, who graduated from Thomas Jefferson for science and technology in 2021, was a National Merit Commended student until 2 years after he was supposed to receive the award. I mean, that has huge consequences for families.
Yeah, it's just absolutely atrocious for families, and it is unacceptable, clearly, to withhold this kind of information to students who are excelling when they want to apply to colleges. I mean, this is described as a golden ticket when you're a national merit finalist. The Attorney General is investigating all of this under the Virginia Human Rights Act, and we're going to find out. But there clearly is a real suggestion that the civil rights have been violated, and we need to understand what's at the heart of this. I mean, let's just remind ourselves that we do have a superintendent of schools in Fairfax County who claimed that equal outcomes for all students at any cost was her top priority. They've hired in equity consultants in order to drive this mentality. It is a relentless pursuit of equity that would damage the prospects of students. In Virginia, we're going to work to raise the ceiling and the floor. We're going to make sure that our children can soar, but we are certainly not going to put a cap on them, which is what this relentless pursuit of equity is all about. And it is not just not consistent with Virginia values, it's inconsistent with American values. Virginia will continue to be on the forefront of standing up for parents, making sure that we stand for education excellence, and that we have to go to work every day and make sure that we're protecting our students and our parents from this relentless pursuit of equal outcomes at any cost.
Yeah, there's a big difference between equality and equity. Equality allows all boats to rise. equity torpedoes the highest floating boats, so it makes it look like the lower floating boats are doing better. Bill McGurn has talked about this for a couple of years in the Wall Street Journal, calling it the new structural racism. Here's what he said about it earlier this week. Affirmative action intended as a benevolent effort to prevent discrimination has hardened into an ugly war on achievement. What makes Asian American achievement so resented by our equity warriors is that it exposes as false the narrative about an irredeemably racist America where minorities can't succeed. This progressive disdain for Asian Americans is amplified by a resentment of moms and dads who believe they should have a say in their kids' educations. Turning point in your campaign was when Terry McAuliffe said, "I don't think parents should be telling schools what to teach." And now we see that becoming institutionalized with what Bill McGurn believes is new structural racism against Asian Americans, Asian American students and their parents who care about what's happening to their kids in school.
Yes, and what started as a suggestion of a clerical error at one school clearly is a shared belief that withholding these accolades from what is a disproportionate Asian population is acceptable. It is not. I believe it does violate our Virginia Human Rights Act. Our Attorney General is going to work, Jason Miyares, to find out. I mean, Jason's team has done great work in Loudoun County. We exposed the cover-up of the sexual assault that the school board and the superintendent undertook. And here we are in these counties again, Fairfax, Loudoun, and Prince William County, with the same challenges. Virginia's parents deserve to know what's going on in their children's lives, and we will make sure we defend that right. And excellence in education should be celebrated, not withheld from students. This is a core value that we're going to protect in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Governor, I want to ask you also about a revelation from the Virginia Attorney General telling Fox News that Fairfax County paid a so-called equity consultant $450,000 for less than 9 months of work. Is that person at the center of this decision? What do we know about that so far?
Well, that has been reported. And again, I think what I believe is that it is this relentless pursuit of equal outcomes at any cost, equal outcomes for all students, that has been preached. And it has been trained into administrations, and this $450,000 contract is just yet another example. And therefore, it is not surprising to suggest that for this to be pervasive across Fairfax County, but also Loudoun County, and now it appears Prince William County, is something that we have to fully investigate. There should be full transparency in these kinds of expenditures, particularly when they're teaching and training a methodology and a belief system that is so counter to excellence, so counter to making sure that students are allowed to achieve and do their best. Again, it is such an anathema to everything we believe. And when in America did it become wrong? When in Virginia did it become wrong to excel and achieve to the point where your achievement's going to be withheld and you're going to be disadvantaged from being able to apply to early admission and to scholarship opportunities in college? This is just so fundamentally wrong. I believe it's pervasive. The Attorney General will get to the bottom of it, and I believe people will need to be held accountable. But let me tell you, right now, we're sending a bill down to make sure that it doesn't happen again and that this must be reported immediately.
Governor, full disclosure, our twins were in Fairfax County Public Schools. They're now in Catholic school, but likely at some point we'll go back into Fairfax County Public Schools. This controversy falls on the heels of the one that we talked about the last time we chatted with you, and that was Fairfax County Public Schools allowing students to change their gender pronouns, use the restroom of their choice, use the gym locker room of their choice without parents being notified. And a lot of parents are looking at that and this and saying, what in the world is going on in that school district, which we should point out is one of the most prestigious school districts in the nation?
Well, this is it's the trifecta. We have schools that lowered expectations. Virginia used to have the highest standards for achievement, and now we have had the lowest. We're putting them back. But sadly, Virginia students met those expectations. Second of all, they pushed parents out of their students' lives. And third, there has been consistent cover-up in the relentless pursuit of equity. This is happening in our school systems. It's one of the reasons why Virginians hired me to come to work, and I go to work every day for this.
I guess the question is, how did that happen without some sort of check and balance on it?
I don't understand, although I must say that, that previous administrations systematically supported these kinds of policies. The lowering of expectations was passed through our State Board of Education, and we, in fact, have just, through the new State Board of Education, put it back with an aspiration to be the highest in the nation again. I had to be elected governor and call for a special investigation of Loudoun County in order to get to the truth in the sexual assaults in Loudoun County that were being covered up. And here we are again calling for a special investigation with our Attorney General and having to pass legislation in order to stop this practice of withholding awards and accolades from students. And theoretically, and I believe they are violating the Virginia Human Rights Act. This is where we were. We are not there anymore because there's a governor, a lieutenant governor, an attorney general, a majority in our House of Delegates, and lots of parents. And this is not a Republican versus Democrat issue. This is parents standing up for their children across Virginia saying our school system had gone way out of bounds. And thank you, Governor and Lieutenant Governor, Attorney General, for bringing it back in bounds.
Real quick final question to you. You keep saying, and I know it was in your statement as well, at any cost. What do you believe are the costs involved here? I mean, you say people will be held accountable. I think about parents who their children didn't know about these awards prior to applying for college. It affected the college outcome, their destination. That difference in college can be a difference in the job they get, the income they make. How do you plan to investigate that, the actual cost to all of this?
Well, that's exactly what the Attorney General is working on. And it also demonstrates just the extreme nature of this relentless pursuit of equity. They don't care what it costs. They don't care how much damage they do. They're going to make sure that they hold down high achievers so that people don't feel bad. And that again is so inconsistent with everything that we believe as a nation. Yes, we should help students who have differing abilities to do better and get them the support they need, but we should allow our students to fly who can, in fact, achieve these extraordinary academic accolades. Let them know that they have done great, celebrate it, and stop stealing their future. Let them fly, because that's what Virginia schools should be all about.
All right, Governor Glenn Youngkin joining us on that. We had it early on this show. We've been following that story closely, and we appreciate the update, Governor. Please come back when you have another one. Thank you.
Governor, thanks.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much for having me and making sure that America knows that these issues are not just in Virginia, and this is something that we all have to pay attention to. We have to take care of parents and our kids.
Got it.
All right. Thanks. See you again soon.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.